Ladies and gentlemen, there are many in this country that believe these government agencies could have taken care of the opioid plague that was going on and still going on. But they were saying if they would have done this, it would have hurt pain patients if they would have cut off all of the supplies of opioids in the country. So, the way I see it, y'all, they're not willing to do anything. They're not willing to jail these people. They're not willing to do anything about the supply of opioids in the country. They're not doing that much about all the illegal drugs coming off the border. Why don't you just declare all this stuff legal and just walk away? I mean, really think about it. They don't want to do nothing. Nothing. But they sure didn't have that I don't want to do nothing attitude when it came down to the crack epidemic, did they? But we're supposed to overlook that and be okay with the whole thing. Well, many of us are not. So, ladies and gentlemen, and don't come with all that pacifying talk. That shit don't work anymore. That's the thing of the past. So this came out in the Washington Post, December 28th, 2019. A little over a year ago, Congress ordered the DEA to combat the deadly abuse of legal painkillers by tightening up on arcane tools used to regulate the nation's opioid supply. As opioid deaths have mounted, the aggregate production quota for oxycodone and hydrocodone has been seized upon by lawmakers, state officials, and the drug companies as a possible solution to the crisis, a way for the federal government to stamp out illegal drug diversions to the black market. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be real here. They don't care about these people dying. Because if they did, they would have done something long before now. Number two, it's big business. They're making money off of these addicts, dead or alive. Okay, money is being made from the illegal drug. Money is being made off of their deaths. Money is being made off of the investigations when they try to declare these deaths as homicides and they look for the drug dealer that sold them the drugs. But really, the drug dealer level is not where you really should go. You should go to whoever these cartels are. But see, we know the faces of those people. That's why they won't ever, not only will they never touch the people at the top, they won't even reveal who they are. That says a lot right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, the DEA quota system was created nearly 5 decades ago to ensure that drug manufacturers would have enough controlled substances each year for medical, scientific research, industrial, and export needs, and the maintenance of reserve stock. The idea is to prevent shortages, but also to limit the amount to what is necessary. Current and former DEA officials say that using the quota to attack the epidemic would not work and could harm legitimate pain patients, citing practical difficulties and calculating a precise number that can be cut from the supply. In a notice placed in the Federal Register on September 12th, the DEA said it tried to carry out the new process mandated by Congress and determined that it could cut only 57 kilos of oxycodone out of a total supply of nearly 72,600, less than 1/10 of 1%. What Congress want to do will be virtually impossible, said John W. Partridge, a retired 28-year DEA veteran who helped to supervise the Control Division, which oversees a quota section. It just infuriates me that you want to blame us for this. It's an easy way out. The DEA notice brought more criticism, including a blistering letter October 17th from Durban to the DEA administrator. The pharmaceutical industry flooded every corner of the country with 76 billion oxycodone and hydrocodone pills between 2006 and 2012. Oversized and unjustifiable numbers of painkillers shipped with DEA approval and awareness, Durban wrote. Ladies and gentlemen, the DEA, since they've been in existence, have not stopped any drugs, legal or illegal. So after a while, you have to ask yourself, what good is this agency? Seriously, what good is it? How do you be in existence for 50 years and you have never stopped one drug from coming into the country? Drugs are still flowing in. The illegal drugs are still flooding the public. You know, is this agency even necessary at this point? I'm just saying. The statute is clear that DEA must exercise its quota authority to serve as a gatekeeper and weigh the public health impact on how many opioids it allows to be sold each year in the United States. And ladies and gentlemen, I was looking at other articles like a month ago, and they said overprescribing is still happening in the country. It's still going on. On October 23rd, the DEA issued a notice of proposed rulemaking that sought comments on how to meet requirements of the new law. On Monday, a multi-state coalition responded with 16 specific ways the DEA can better account for diversions when setting quotas. Okay, so you have these quotas in place already, and the place is still flooded with drugs. Among the proposals was a suggestion to use 6 national databases to better track opioid abuse, along with state databases and information about unused opioids turned into authorities. How are you going to enforce that? How are you going to enforce that? You know what? It is pretty bad when you got all of these agencies and no solution. You got all of these damn agencies across the country and no solution to a drug addiction that's going on 21 years, y'all. 21 years, started in 1999, and we are getting ready to enter 2020. So that will make it 21 years of this drug and the opioid death still continuing on. Look, you have a chief medical examiner in Baltimore that quit because he was so overwhelmed by all of the dead bodies coming in. He couldn't handle it anymore. And he left. You know, it's no telling how many are overwhelmed like this because you now got meth that's wiping people out, and you can't use Narcan on meth. All of the things you do for your opioid addicts, you cannot do for a meth addict. So when they get to the point of no return, it is really, truly over for them. But y'all, please tell me what you think. I mean, to be honest with you, I've heard about them trying to cut the supply 2, 3 years ago when it came down to this opioid plague, and they're still on the same mess from years ago. How is this even productive? Oh, well, it's their party, right? Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.